Hey, Christians, come on in the room. Let's talk about what happens when you bring Christ to culture instead of bringing the culture to Christ.
With a small movement that started in this church, 200,000 people signed to be a part of the Target Fast. When we started this Target Fast, $1 trillion company, a Fortune 500 company, was trading on the New York Stock Exchange at $138 a share. Because of how it is that stridently you have put your hand to the plow, their stock started at $138 a share. As of Friday, it is down to $94 a share. Foot traffic.
The Target Fast. So let's read what the Bible actually says about the purpose of fasting. I'm going to start in Isaiah 58. I'm going to start at around verse 5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day of the Lord? Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wicked, to undo heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Is this the purpose of a fast? Is it not to do good and deal thy bread to the hungry, that thou bring to the poor that are cast out of thou? We love the poor, right? We love the disadvantaged. That's who we love them. When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh. Thy light shall break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward when we fast. That's the intention and the outcome of fasting. The gentleman in the clip before me, I don't know that his intention was anything but to afflict Target. And he used Christian language and brought it to people to make them think this was a spiritual act of service. Over in Mark 9, Jesus is rebuking or correcting the disciples because there was a child who needed to be set free of some things, and the disciples wanted to know, well, why couldn't we cast the devil out? And Jesus said, some things only come out through fasting and prayer. And we settled to fast from Target to afflict Target. I wonder what bands of wickedness who got loosed. Well, I know there were 1,800 people that lost their job because of this. So maybe that was our spiritual act of service in co-opting with somebody who's committing extortion. Or maybe it was the fact that this gentleman has now called the Target fast to be over for his church, but then there's another group of people that started it previously that said, no, it's not over. Was it all of the black folks who were immediately impacted by this Target fast? The Lit Bar, Tabitha, y'all love Tab, right? All those people, all of those black brands were impacted by people not going into the store to purchase their products, because guess what? Now they have to figure out what they're going to do as business owners to make sure that their product can get out, because Target did a lot more for them than just sitting things on the shelf. But we don't study. We jump on things culturally. The minute somebody says something about black or racism or DEI, the fact that we still believe that we can't get a job without DEI speaks to how we feel about ourselves and not the government. So I wonder, was God pleased with that? I mean, I know who is pleased. I know who did, get, they must have invested in his black business. They called his number. He seems to be doing pretty okay. And now there's enmity and challenge within the camp of people. Nakima, who originally started the extortion campaign, because she was upset about, DEI being rolled back. When Target initially made the first commitment after, folks start tearing up the Target over George Floyd, loss of life is always sad and an awful thing. I just don't know how tearing up the Target increased the value of George Floyd's life or his children's life, how it made their lives any better. It did not. It did not. That was corporate extortion. Christians, believers, followers of Christ, we have to have a biblical world view and be sound in our understanding. In Acts, it talks about fasting for the wrong purpose, because this gentleman here was fasting because, he wanted to make Target pay. That's why he was fasting. And nobody, not one person, can say that Target is doing anything differently. So you know what that means? He got his payday. And you helped him. We got to do better, y'all.